PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is James Spann. You clicked onto the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Wednesday, the 25th day of February. The warming trend is the headline for the next couple of days. Weather turning wet, maybe a bit stormy at the end of the week and early in the weekend. Let's get right to it and talk about it. There's a look at the Skycam shot coming from Birmingham this morning. That's the City Federal Building downtown. It's seen from the Daniel Building. Used to work in the penthouse of that place. Way back in the 70s when I was a kid, the old WSGN radio. What a great place to work that was. There's the Gadsden Skycam, the lights of the city down below from Lookout Mountain and from Mount Cheehaw. The sky cloudy this morning, not as cold. We're well above the freezing mark. And we've got a general northwest flow aloft here, little minor waves in that flow producing clouds at times, even a few sprinkles. Temperatures around the nation, man, look up there in northern Canada. I see a minus 54. Well, keep an eye on that. But in the interim, that cold air is being held up there. The red line is the freeze line way north of here. It's awfully cold up in New England, but generally speaking, the southern states are moderating nicely. And again, you can see we're not having to scrape the frost off the windshield today. Readings are 49 there, Birmingham. That's at 5 o'clock. The cool spot, Gadsden, at 43. Again this morning, these little echoes are showing up on radar. Actually, some of that did make it down to the surface yesterday late in the day over northeast Alabama, around Gadsden. But for most folks, it's not going to rain today. There could be a few sprinkles, but that's about it. Barely worth mentioning. The dew points are still in the 20s, I think, in most spots this morning. But look here, this is the QPF chart ramping up. This is suggesting rainfall amounts of 2 inches around here between now and Sunday evening. Of course, the bulk of that would be Friday night, and Saturday with this weekend system. And by golly, looky here. All of a sudden now the guys at Norman have put up this slight risk of severe weather for Friday, and that would be Friday afternoon and Friday evening for the northern parts of Alabama. Not totally convinced we'll see any severe weather, but we'll keep an eye on things. Let's take a look at the modeling. This is the 06Z run of the GFS, valid at noon today. Again, not much happening today. Down below that, we've got any showers which seem to be of significance off to the west of here. We'll say occasionally cloudy and warmer today, the high in the low 60s. Maybe a few sprinkles, that's about it. Same deal tomorrow. We'll be up there close to 70. I think most spots are going to be dry. A lot of clouds around, a few peaks of sun during the day. Here comes our front on Friday. The main surface low is near Buffalo, New York. And you can see a trailing band of showers and storms, and it stalls out as it becomes parallel to the upper airflow. That traditionally is not a severe weather setup here. And then Saturday, starting off the weekend, here comes that next vortex coming down through Wichita. And that will be spinning up a wave on the front right over us. And that will keep periods of rain going into the day Saturday. The cold air not here, the cold air north of here. So that would still suggest highs in the 60s. And then Sunday, the Fort Max, that shortwave begins to phase up with the northern stream system, and a pretty good trough forms over the east, and a pretty decent coastal storm forms on the middle Atlantic coast. And we've seen looks a lot stronger than that, but that would suggest for us Sunday would be a day with windy and colder day with gradual clearing. The wraparound backwash snow showers get down into eastern Tennessee, but really not down into northeast Alabama. The European, this is Sunday morning. Very similar now. The models are in pretty good agreement here. The backwash snows are limited to eastern Tennessee. It looks like just kind of a windy and cold day here with gradual clearing. So we'll roll with that scenario. And then Monday of next week, probably a cold morning, but it looks like we'll warm up nicely with those thickness values. In fact, that would suggest highs up around 60 on Monday, warmer than our forecast that's going on right now. And then Tuesday of next week, the weather looks dry and pleasant. And by the way, that's March 3rd, so we are now into meteorological spring as we look at these maps. Let's go to March 10th. It looks interesting, a vortex over Canada, fast flow underneath that, and that looks kind of cold, suggesting some light snow for Tennessee and Kentucky. And then a couple of days later, Again, kind of cold for the east, and you can see a 1040 high feeding in here with a disturbance in the southern stream coming through. I'm telling you, do not put up those winter clothes. I think we have plenty of cold weather left, even though March is just around the corner. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog, AlabamaWX.com, if you're watching this on YouTube or iTunes. The next video here by 3:30 this afternoon. And if you're local, be sure and watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.